Happy 4th of July, everybody. Ryan from Mana Bluff here, back on a draft. You'll notice I'm on the beta client after taking a few weeks off, because in the very near future, beta client will no longer be beta. It'll be our actual client. So, I'm getting in a little bit of practice here, so you'll have to bear with me. Also, I'm doing a Swiss draft because this is only the second time I've ever been on the beta client, ever. So I wanted to make sure all the stupid things that I'm going to do during this draft don't entirely blow me out. So we're doing a little bit of a Swiss action. And lastly, I want to have a special shout out to Box Dweller 1 and Boyfriend for checking in on me while I was not posting. Hope you're having a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. And, say hi to me on Twitter some more. Hee hee. Okay, so here is Fairies Band War Chief, a nice rare that I'm pretty much going to grab. I do notice the Reprisal and the Golden Hind as really awesome cards, and then other good fillers, but War Chief is a little too grand. What? And exactly why I am playing in Swiss. Apparently I picked a Harvest Guard Alciad. Which, by the way, let's try to adjust some of these pieces too. I thought I had selected the rare that I wanted. I did not. Oh well. Let's see, Nessian Game War is pretty decent. If it's reserved, what color is it? It's blue. Didn't I reserve the other one? I don't know. Anyway, I'm not picking a white card just to go with my dorky 2-3 because of Raze and Trailblazer are pretty lame. Hubris, Cloak Siren are good. I already passed green, but maybe I can cut it off. I don't think that's a huge reason just to avoid it. And Dictate and Skybind, I do not care about. Yeah, I'm going to take the Game Warden. I mean, you get a 4/5 for 5, and you pretty much get a creature off of it almost every time. That's got to be pretty A-okay. And I forgot that that was even in the format. It's been forever since I've seen it. Probably going to take the Oakheart Dryads here, although we're seeing a Magma Spray going arguably late, third pick. If I pass it, that's going to be late. Alciads. Yeah, I want to cut green, though. Having passed green and getting, get that really nice rare pass that I screwed up. I just want to take this. Consigned Dust is a nice sideboard good green card. Not even sideboard. Enchantments are awesome. But I'm happy to move in on the green plan. And then be sad about it now. I don't care about Market Festival or Desecration Plague. The Market Festival can do some funky things. I think these uncommons are lame. Casting Darkness is fine. I'm going to take Cloaked Siren over Eagle of the Watch. Green-blue is a little bit more where I want to be. Eagle of the Watch I would only take if I really felt like white was a thing. Interesting. So the beta... I heard about this, like, the beta takes up so much more on your computer, and it's making me go to basic colors. Not vibrant colors. Here we go, Cloak Siren. I grabbed the card out. Ooh, late Oakheart Dryads I'm happy about. I have to remember I'm in a Swiss. That is interesting. This is a really late Nightmarish End. Something to consider that black being open. I'm not going to pass up a really good green card. Because where I want to be is just stay on with this one color green plan. And then see what else happens. But I'm paying attention to that really nice removal spell. And considering that to be a signal that I want to move in on. Agent and Rodahulk aren't really great in black as I'm paying attention to that black. Flurry of Hones is good, but you can get it. I'm seeing Pin to the Earth and Hubris as better cards, and more where I want to be in blue-green anyway. And then I want to get the Hubris online. Pin to the Earth is good, but since I'm going to be bashing on the ground, it's not as great in my deck. But you never know. I might get more of the Cloak Siren. But I do think Hubris is a little bit better in the format. Which I think almost everyone pretty much knows kind of the pick orders by now. Could take Panoply. Ooh, Shani's Presence is still here. That's really good. I haven't seen a lot of white that I love. If I want to stay open, I would totally grab this Presence here because it's infinitely better than the other cards in the pack. But I feel like there was more blue coming anyway. I'm not taking the green. Again, even though Panoply, is certainly playable. Interesting decision. Really awesome card? Or not? Yeah, I'm going to take this on speculation. It's just so much better. Wow, that's a really late Supply Line Cranes. And a Basta Tower Archer, which is a fine 2-drop, but Supply Line Cranes is just really quite fantastic. And with Ajani's Presence now, I'm quite happy to grab it and kind of move into green-white, which is kind of a dorky color combination, but I'm okay with that. Curious what that Tower Archer signal is going to be. Again, cranes are just too good to pass up. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Sort by converted monocost. Mistakenly passed an awesome card and got this Alciad in green. Didn't really pass any other good green except for that 2-drop Tower Archer. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Grove Dancer here. I still want green to be my main color, which I could be wrong to be doing it at this point. But it's really because I wanted to cut green so hard to my left since there's those 2 nice starter colors. Fortifier is a touch better than Grove Dancer. So that would normally be the pick. And maybe I'm caring a little too much about what my my drafters to the left of me are doing. Which one's me? I don't even know what my thing is because I never really pay attention. Is this me? Yep, that's me. I'm a dragon. Cool. So whoever I pass to here in Zach and Barohe. Again, I be caring a little bit too much, but it's a perfectly fine playable 2-drop. We'll take Oppressive Rays over Renowned Weaver. Is that right? I mean, they're both just kind of dorky. So in that case, yeah, I'll take green, since I'm trying to be cutting the green so much. It's my first official sideboard card. Font is doable. Font of Fortunes, I should say. Laguna Band Trailblazer, though, I'm going to take in case we do end up going into this white-green build, and maybe we get like a bunch of Heroic. Because I really do think with this late supply line cranes that's where we're going to be jumping in. I just have to be careful because, like I was mentioning earlier, green white, more of a color combination in the full block than it was with just the first 2 sets, but still not exactly insane. Okay, Desecration Plague's fine for the side. Pull from the Deep. Do you even know what this is? Yeah, I never play that. Go away. Go away. Krufix Insight? Go away. Is there any way I'd play enough enchantments? Right now I have 3 that I kind of am playing. Ooh, how interesting. Cloaked Siren back here. So, no great green card, which is a bummer. Fate Unraveler is awesome. I don't know, though, if I'm ready to jump into black. I think it's be a little too wishy-washy at this point. But the bummer is, like, the next best card is going to be Nyxborn Triton. Interesting. We did see that really late removal spell coming from this side of the table earlier. But that could have just been a fluke or people not like evaluating the card correctly in the Swiss. So I'm going to stay away from black. I think I'm too spread over 3 colors already that I have to do that. And if that's the case, I mean, these are very playable white cards, the Skirmish and Score. It's just not the power level that I want to be taking this early. And Nyxborn Triton seems to fit a little bit more into what I would want my deck to be doing. So I'll take it. I'm not excited for that, but it's happening. I think maybe we just take a Sudden Storm here. The Oathsworn would go in the deck if we were super heroic, but I'm really not convinced that that's what I'm doing. And this is a pretty nice, strong tempo card, and with the Hubris and the Cloak Star, I think I'm fine abandoning this Supply Line Cranes and Ajani's Presence for that, since there isn't anything else overpowerful. Bolt of Kuranos, similar to the last pack, by far and away the best card here, but out of the colors that we care about. Wouldn't mind seeing the Hypnotist or the Oathsworn table. So now I am going green-blue beat down. Hello, interesting ways of looking at cards. Oh, nope, now it's loading. Yay! Don't want a 5-drop or this random Wayfinder? We knew green was going to be pretty light this pack since we passed some. I could just go and take the Flitterstep Eidolon, which is fine, not amazing. Skyguard also okay, but I think, yeah, I'm pretty committed to liking my blue better than my white. And if that's the case, maybe I do just take Snake. Snake's good. But I think I'm going to get a Snake. I think the Eidolon, this could be a home. Could find its home here. We have a lot of like bestows, and these two Oakheart Dryads means enchantments are a little bit more exciting. So we'll take it. Course of Tides seems like a nice pick. Strash Walk is good. Astral Cornucopia could be a thing to help me ramp into some bigger stuff. Help me play an Ajani's Presence if I really want it, but I don't think that's a great splash card. Same with, of course, Supply Line Cranes on the double white. Yeah, Course of Tides is perfectly fine. It's our second 4-drop, and it's another flyer. We can kind of lock down the board in green and then attack with blue. It's a pretty basic strategy that tends to work. Nyxborn Wolf going pretty late. I'm going to slam here. We have a lot of nice bestow guys going on with our Nyxborn Triton and Wolf now. With Close Up Islands, kind of. I mean, you want to play it as bestow. And we have other good enchantments with our Dryads here. Another Hypnotist. We might get one of those a little bit later. I think the Wolf is just the best card there. Very happy to be grabbing it here. So Divination or Sphinx's Disciple. Both I'm not overly excited for, but I think I'll take the Divination. Right now I don't have the 5-drops, but just in these colors they tend to happen. And I don't really care about Setessan's Starbreaker. I already have a Desecration Plague to deal with an enchantment if I care, and the body doesn't matter on that dude. So yeah, let's div. We put in the sideboard for now. Could still very easily make the main deck. Heroes Podium! You don't matter at all. Fearsome Temper's really good. Eye Gouge, good sideboard card. But I think I will just take the Starbreaker just to be on color and to be, you know, taking a possible sideboard, though. It might be fun just to cut the better cards, but whatevs. Fanatic of Xenagos. Wow. Gonna take the Sphinx's Disciple. Our mana curve is, or our mana requirements aren't too strenuous. Though we have double green at the 5-drop slot, but that's it. And I definitely want the flyer over just the 4/4 on the ground defense, dude. We're gonna have plenty of beef on the ground. This Fanatic, though, is so tempting. I'll stick to my guns. Eternity Snare might be played if we magically get a bunch of Voyaging Satyrs. Because it is, you know, a removal spell. Aspect of Hydra, I'm fine to grab now. Don't know if it'll officially make the cut. We shall see. I wish there's... There we go. Sort by Converted Monocast. I had done that before, but it doesn't really upkeep now, does it? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, beta client. How silly you are. I like where I've landed here. I like the blue that we've picked up. Eidolon and Sphinx's Disciple and Trinity Snare are kind of meh, but in general are still very playable. I'm glad to get another 2-drop here. This can also help us make sure we're hitting land drops. We're not really splashing, but still, it's a card. Man, I'd be so much more happy if I had my really sweet rare that I opened in the first pack that I passed. What's the pick? What's the next pick? So what do I need? More things like Voyage's End. I don't really have removal. I have a Sudden Storm and a Hubris, which is fine on the tempo game plan, but not sure if I can get there on my own just like that. Training Snare might have to play just because it's the only removal spell I have right now. And these colors, of course, don't have it. Time to Feed coming up in the 3rd pack would be nice. Grip Tide as well, along with that. Voyage's End. I'm going to take the Astral Cornucopia over Nullify, in case I want to be ramping or splashing for something. Either way, they're probably both sideboard cards. At X charge counters, it's pretty much always going to be for 3 mana, right? Ooh, Deepwater Hypnotist. I'm actually stoked to get that. That's a pretty decent 2-drop, and I only have the Dork 2s at the moment. Well, I guess Grove Dancer is good. But yeah. Okay, looking forward to this Theros pack. I do love green in the Theros pack. Get some Sedge Scorpion and Nessian Asp action online. What rare in my colors do I care about? Prognostic Sphinx? That'd be fun. I'm going to take the Asp over the Voyaging Satyr, though I think this deck would love a Voyaging Satyr as well. It's not like in need, and the Asp is just too good. Probably see the Shining Winds table, and nothing else I care about. Traveler's Amulet, don't really need. Good to know that it's here, though, because it probably will table. And with the Cornucopia and the Satyr Wayfinder, if some really like crazy something comes along, I could probably pick it up. These are not crazy somethings. Ordeal's powerful, but more like synergistic than anything else. It's kind of sad that I have to pick, not have to, I'm going to pick an off-color card here just because there's really nothing for me in green or blue. They're just really stupid cards, just kind of the way this pack went. May I take the Presence? As I was mentioning, it allows me, like, if the next 1 or 2 packs a really powerful card comes, I might want it to be able to splash. I'm not splashing just for the Presence. Wingsteed Rider's nice, but there's no way I'm abandoning green or blue at this point to play into some of my white. Yeah, I mean, I could go ahead and tower. It's more likely that I just might want this from the sideboard. It looks like Courser's going to be the pick. Oh no, Griptide's here. I would love a Courser, but I actually have some decent 3s. Everything in my 3-drop is very playable, and like I was saying, I need removal. So there you have it. We're going to grab it past the Courser. Yeah, and those are the best cards in the pack now. Lash is like, okay, whatever. Cornet Salt and Battle West Hoplite are good. Yeah, stoked for the Griptide, though. Oh, and now we do get a Courser. That's cool. I'm down for that. I mean, I really kind of want better 2s, but can't complain about one of the most solid 3-drops ever. It's a bummer that I'm passing the first Courser to whoever had that Centaur Lord, but whatevs. Nixthos, yeah. Straightforward pick. Let's grab it. Yakosa. Ooh, hello. Now this is something I might want to splash for. Thing is, I do have a Sea God's Revenge in my colors that could just be as good. But Heliod's Emissary is just super strong. But, you know, I have so many nice, just like a really nice solid curve, really nice playables. I do love how strong it is, but Sea God's Revenge is almost as strong, and it's already in the colors. And since I'm not really hurting for playables, I'm going to go ahead and just grab my on-color sweet uncommon instead of dipping into another. If I was feeling more adventuresome, then maybe, yeah, I would go ahead and grab the Emissary, because I could. There's nothing against it, but I might even get something dorky from this pack. I mean, Ordeal would even be fine. Asian Horizon would be great, even though I don't need 3s. Prussian Chimera could replace the Disciple. But right now, we're doing removal. Ooh, wow. Okay, I'm not going to take a second Sea God's Revenge. But we kind of have our choice here between Disciple and Sedge Scorpion. So, since we have such strong 4-drops, or 3-drops, and some good 4s already, I'm kind of leaning towards the Sedge Scorpion. It also ends up making the aspect a little bit better, but then I guess Disciple does that even more. This is tough. I want both. I want this pack. I want the Vulpine Goliath too. I think in this format, Sedge Scorpion is just so good. I'm going to grab it. Don't know if that was correct or not. Trying Tactics. That's going to make it. For sure. Boink. I don't need another Presence. We're obviously not doing that anymore. We'll take the Crackling Train. Probably will not play it. I don't need more 3-drops. There's that Amulet, as predicted, but we'll take the Bronze Sable. Might even run it since I'm kind of low on 2s. I'll take Lost. I don't know if that's ever being played. Another Commune is in here. I'll give her a Spark Jolt. Keep my Sedge Scorpion alive, please. Schmank you. I don't know if I'm playing Eternity Snare yet. That's the first one I'm thinking about cutting. I guess we have a lot of creatures, so I don't really need the Bronze Sable. Satyr Wayfinder is also kind of weak, but it's card advantage. Yeah, I would love to have just like a random 2-drop. That's a good sideboard card. Instead of the Satyr Wayfinder. I think the Aspect of Hydra is being played right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, there's 9 creatures. It's not going to be an insane combat trick, but all we have is Trident Tactics and Aspect for combat tricks. We didn't get Voyages in, but we got our Grip Tide, Sun and Storm. We actually are looking to be a little bit on the tempo, which is why it would be nice to have a better 2-drop selection. Defend the Hearth! Never been played. Never, ever. Yeah, so the main deck pretty much is building itself right here. I think this is going to be it. I'm not in love with this Eternity Snare or the Satyr Wayfinder in this deck. But, I mean, hey, Wayfinder makes the Eternity Snare a little bit better. We'll get to that 6-drop when we need it. I'll take a look here on the sideboard. There's something else I want to bring in. Nope. There's a Renowned Weaver I forgot about, but I don't really care. Oh, Divination? Yeah, maybe I'll bring in Divination over Eternity Snare because I did get a Grip Tide and a Sea God's Revenge. We may not need as much removal, you know, a really slow removal spell in the main. It might just be better to be drawing some cards. Yeah, so here, I forgot the Crackling Trident was there. I definitely do want to bring in the Divination over that. I might bring the Triton and the Bronze Sable in against like super aggressive decks, but there's not that many in the format. It certainly can happen. But I think these 3 early drops are fine. We've got a bunch of creatures in the 3-drop slot that do a good job at, you know, holding down against aggressors while we get into some of our flyers or just our bigger dudes. Not stoked to have 3 6-drops without any actual ramp. So it could be possible that Crackling Triton is better over the Eternity Snare or the Flitterstep Eidolon, but I'm going to go with it, see how slow these decks are. And that's kind of a Swiss decision, and maybe I'm being a little rude in considering my opponents to be a little weaker than they actually are. I'm not too sure. But I feel like the decks aren't going to be as synergistic, and this might be a slower version of everything. So I'm okay with this. And these are pretty powerful cards. I mean, I get a removal spell in green-blue, which doesn't really exist. Sea God's Revenge is grand. In fact, these should all be down here, by the way. I don't know why they're not. And this is basically that. So we're at 14.5 creatures, which is nice. Good removal, or a good tempo, touch of removal. I don't know, good things to do. Pretty average deck. Let's add some basic lands, and we will call it a draft. 9/8. I think it's the other way around, though. I have much more green on the low end. Sure, I have 1 double green, 1 double blue, but if you look at these creature drops, I'm much more interested in right? Yeah, beta client. Taking me forever. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit more appropriate for what we're doing. Woohoo! Yay! On to the first round.